EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And they'll begin by running the option. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Here's Young from the shotgun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 58 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
On 1st and 10, Young. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Let's go. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On play action, Young. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Good job, D.
This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Young now from the 50. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The Colts send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd.
Back to throw. McIntosh. Over the middle, complete. That's Robbins. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On first down, Jarrett. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Let's go.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
They'll run on first down. Jarrett. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Young. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And his kick is indeed good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much of margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for him from a week ago, 9 catches, 85 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, McIntosh. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Looking to throw. McIntosh. In trouble, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. On 1st down, Jarrett. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Young on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Jarrett. Oh, able to avoid him. He'll get 3 up to midfield. 2nd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now here's Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Off the bootleg, McIntosh. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Davis. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A first down carry for Davis. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 2nd down at 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, McIntosh. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
52-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in a whole lot of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, Jarrett. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
On 1st down, Jarrett. 42 yards on the ground for him so far. Working with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. He was still looking through his
progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
The Colts on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Young.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. 84 yards.
And the Tigers have taken the lead. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, and this is no ordinary run after the catch. This is supersized right here. He's able to look it in, turn upfield, and then it's as simple as looking for the area where the defenders aren't. And then he outruns them all the way to the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Looking to throw, Young.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Young.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off right around the 43. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. McIntosh. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. On 1st and 10, McIntosh. That is incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Robbins. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw. McIntosh. He finds his man, complete. It's Robbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robbins. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Tigers are able to stretch out their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is now 17-3.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now a first down throw for Young. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On third down, Jarrett, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player Linebacker covering, cornerback covering, safety covering him. Always has the advantage. Usually has final in.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. The Giants trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we'll stay in the AFC East as we jet down the coast to check on the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. The Jets still very much in the playoff picture here at the halfway point as they up their record to 5-3 with the win. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for our home team, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's third and 1.
From the gun on third down. McIntosh. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. To throw again on second down. Young. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They'll run on first down. Jarrett, and he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down. On 2nd and 7, Young. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 3rd down. Young to throw it. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will pin him back as it's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Chicago offense set to get started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it, and you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Now the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
Sets up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Young to throw it. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
On second down now, Jarrett. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Looking to throw. McIntosh. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Back to throw. McIntosh. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The Colts getting another possession here on offense.
The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on second down. Young dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Jarrett. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and short yardage, Young. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. .36 yards on the punt with no return. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Davis running right. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd down. McIntosh. Here's Griffin on the catch. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Tigers are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Sanders on for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
That throw by Young incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Young, he'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
the gun. It's Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And a two-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Young. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. To throw again on 2nd down. Young. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Young will set to throw. Shakes off the sack. Throwing right, and that's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down, Young from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one one bit. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm, and he delivers it with confidence.
And Young's throw there incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Well, right now, really hoping for a turnover. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there. With touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Tigers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Young on first down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now here's a throw. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Here's Young. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. One thing I think that's safe to say.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 22. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, McIntosh. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Davis. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Davis again.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Tigers take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. They're definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
That right now, that's a undefeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Under pressure, they got him again. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. That throw by Young incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. The Chicago offense set to get started. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Davis, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's back on the 40-yard line. Brings up the 3rd down.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the home team here,
they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.